Ladies and gentlemen, I have some more news today. Some you're going to love and some that you won't. But I'm hoping that you'll still support us at WIW despite what I'm about to say. So let's get the bad news out the way. Unfortunately, I now have to report that as of right now we are no longer accepting applicants for new WIW superstars. The roster is now at max capacity and I am really, really sorry that I had to say that. The last few debutees will appear in the next couple of weeks. But keep your eyes open, ladies and gentlemen, because there may be other opportunities and other chances to be signed with WIW. In other news, it's Christmas time. And this year, since we didn't celebrate Halloween, we are going to do a very special one-off Christmas-themed pay-per-view called Christmas Clash. We also have some minor changes to the Mayhem and Fight Night arenas to give it more of a Christmassy feel. It's going to be a great month ahead, and I hope you guys stick around for the journey. That's it for now. I'll see you all soon. Peace!
Shut up and sit down.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mayhem has finally got itself into the Christmas spirit, and it's the perfect time of year for it, ladies and gentlemen. The general manager announcing to start off tonight's show that we are going to have a Christmas pay-per-view. Now, I'm not 100% sure whether it's going to be on Christmas Eve or will it be on Christmas. If you want it to be on Christmas, let me know and I will try my absolute hardest to make that happen. But for now, we got a great show ahead of us tonight. My name is Darren Jacobs, and I will be here and enjoying it all with you tonight. We have a debut versus debut match to start us off, and by what the general manager tells us, that we won't be having many more of these, because unfortunately, we are full on our roster. There is no more people that we can really allow. There are a few people that haven't debuted yet, which is what we're seeing here with Dino D and his opponent tonight. But unfortunately, yeah, we've run out of spots. There aren't really more we can squeeze in. And the ones who just made the cut are going to be the last couple of debuts that you're going to see. So we won't be seeing many more debuts for now. But keep your eyes out and keep your ears open, because there are always going to be opportunities for you guys to get involved in this series. And of course, to get your superstars on the show eventually. But Dino D ready to make his long anticipated debut. He's been waiting for a while to get the call up, and he's finally got it. And tonight he's against another man ready to make his debut here. And it is Jake Griffiths making his long-awaited debut as well. Eagerly anticipating getting in this ring and getting going. It's tough coming into the business like this, especially at this time of year. But, you know, the general manager being charitable, and as it is Christmas, giving him a good opportunity to show himself off, as most people have had. But they have to show themselves in this one. It's important that you do that, because this type of matchup really does showcase your skills and abilities and show where you lie. This match can make or break your career in WIW. That much can definitely be said. We've got a jam-packed show tonight, finishing with a main event of a champion versus champion match once again. Aaron Albright's going to be taking on Jace in tonight's main event, so be sure to stay tuned for that. But for now, we've got two people hoping to push to be a part of a champion versus champion match one day. It's Jake Griffiths and Dino D ready to make their professional debuts, and let's get this one on the way. And look at this, Jake Griffiths straight out the gate, gonna run in with a neck breaker. And that's what you want to do early. You want to get into control, showcase your skills, try and show what you really are capable of. And look at this, Dino D not wasting any time here to bring out the big moves. And a beautiful alley-oop powerbomb there. And now look at this, just wearing down the elbow on the knee, just trying to wear down the limbs if he can, and that's not a bad decision at all. And Mayhem may be in the Christmas spirit, But I tell you what, there's no going to be love and sharing in that ring. The only thing they'll be sharing is fists when they exchange it. Big powerbomb. Right now, these two exchanging powerbombs. Dino D and Jake Griffiths. One of the very last people you're going to see. I'm expecting another debut versus debut matchup on Fight Night. Obviously, we've still got all of the Fight Night women's roster still to go. And there are still 1 or 2 women coming in there as well. But we have reached men's max capacity. And Jake Griffiths showing that it isn't a wasted spot, putting him on to the show. And Dino D needs to do the same. And there's the big reversal. Trying to steer things his way if he can help it. Oh, and a big shot to the gut here. Just trying to break the hole, and he does. And now Dino D, oh no, sent to the corner by Jake Griffiths. Oh, they crashed into each other there. Couldn't quite capitalize, but manages to get behind to land a suplex. And straight into a cover now. Looking for the first cover in the match. He's only going to get a 1 for his troubles. And now is not actually a bad time for them to be coming into the roster. It is a little late down the line, granted. However, right now there is no recognized #1 contender for the European Championship. So there is an opportunity available to them if they can reach and show what they're show that they're worth it. The general manager is no stranger to letting rookies have title opportunities. It's happened in the past, and I'm sure it'll be happening for a long time. Big counter there by Dino D. And he's struggling to get going in this one, but now look at that shooting star press. Trying to turn the tide back in his favor. Oh, look at this. Now giving him a fist before Hurricane Rana. And now look at this. Oh, he's thinking about going top rope, but Griffin has him trapped in the corner there. He can't move. And that was actually a smart move there by Griffith. But once again with a Hurricane Rana. And Griffiths tactically placing himself in the way, causing a nuisance for Dino D, who can't even get a 1 count as he goes for the cover. And now look at this. Lifting him up by the neck and slamming him down. And now Dino D to the opposite side of the ropes. He doesn't strike me as a high flyer, but a very impressive springboard maneuver. Oh, look at that big dodge of the kick. Oh, and a kick to the gut. And oh, and a massive knee lift by Jake Griffiths. And now look at this. There's an arm wrench. And picking him straight back up. What is he thinking? Big shot, a massive clothesline to follow. And all of a sudden, Griffiths is rolling here. Look at this. Wheelbarrow stunner. The big moves coming out on display. Dino D is in a lot of trouble here. Into the cover by Jake Griffiths. Oh, and he's only going to get 2. And look at his face. He thought he had that one sealed up then. That wheelbarrow stunner. Not getting the job done. Or went for a DDT. Big counter by Dino D. And these two really giving themselves a task here. In this matchup out of the get-go. Into the cover. Is he going to be able to get it? No, it's only a 1 count. And that must be really worrying signs for Dino D if he's still only getting a 1 count at this stage when he's having to kick out at 2.5. And Jake Griffiths clearly within control. And Dino D trying to just fight on, but Griffiths proving a tough task. DDT slap bang in the middle of the ring. And now taking the time to taunt. He senses the control is with him. And it has been for the majority of this match. But he doesn't want to let it slip. People get caught taunting him way too often. You got to learn from their mistakes. Oh, went for the super kick. Oh, and he ricochets and rebounds the super kick. And straight into the cover. Did that catch Dino D off guard? It did, even though I started. Jake Griffiths wins the match. Big debut victory there, and that super kick off the rebound. He caught the first one, couldn't quite save himself from the second one. And Dino D defeated in relatively easy fashion, it has to be said, by Jake Griffiths. Look at that, big connection there. And unfortunately for Dino D, he's waited a long time for this debut, but it wasn't to be. A big win for Jake Griffiths though, who sends the referee out of the ring. This is his moment, he wants to celebrate. It was a big debut victory for Jake Griffiths here today, and he was in the majority control in that match, it had to be said. Big things to come from this man. For Dino D, he's got some bouncing back to do though. So let's move on down the rest of the card and we'll see how these two's futures progress in WIW. And we've been told to head backstage because William Hale and Stephen Miller. No wonder that they're exchanging words. And now they're going to start exchanging fists. We saw this one coming, surely. And William Hale, of course, eager to strike first. And once again in the backstage, we're going to see another brawl. And this time it's between Stephen Miller and William Hale. If you have no idea why on earth these two are colliding, basically Stephen Miller was offered a title opportunity let me try that again. He was offered a title opportunity if he could beat Jax Wolf at the other day's Fatality pay-per-view. But William Hale actually interrupted the match, and that helped Jax Wolf to pick up the victory. And no surprise that Stephen Miller is eager to try and get some revenge on William Hale. And now look at this, just sending the jabs his way. And look at this, trying to suplex him, but Hale able to get behind. Remember, Hale, a very technical fighter. He's a smart man, knows how to get involved. An interview going on in the background there. It looks like WWE superstar Neville in the background. I wonder what he's doing here. That's interesting in the background. But anyway, well, just concentrate on the fight that's happening. Really need to improve the security back here. I really don't know what's going on. But then again, after what William Hale did, I don't think anyone blames Stephen Miller for being the least bit angry. Not at all. Because what happened to him was really unfair. The general manager, I don't know where he stands on this position with regards to Stephen Miller in the title picture. But for right now, he's getting his revenge here on William Hale. And look at this. Now just going to stomp away on William Hale. William Hale might have chosen the wrong person to pick a fight with. But then again, bringing it to him here. A massive spine buster. And William Hale continuing to assert his dominance. He's trying to prove himself here in WIW, and this is a good way to do it. Oh, look at this. Almost he interrupts the interview that was going on there. Hey, look at this. Oh, just dropping a knee on top of the head. Trying to choke him out there. And I have a feeling this won't be the last time these two meet each other in the ring. But for William Hale, he wanted to make a statement, and he's definitely done that as he gets crashed into the wall by Stephen Miller. These two battling backstage in a massive DDT. And Stephen Miller sending warnings to William Hale. Don't step in the ring and start fights that you can't finish. And there's the tie driver. And Stephen Miller gets one back on William Hale. But I don't think this one is over just yet. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Next up tonight, the first ever women's match here on Mayhem. And following Fatality, we have the crowning of a new women's champion who is ready to come down to the ring and make her first in-ring appearance here on Monday Night Mayhem. She had a good display at the pay-per-view, and she managed to get that a winning elimination. And that person she eliminated last, she's facing here tonight. It's only going to be a one-on-one, but we are eager to get all of the women in the ring. But we wanted to see these two go at it. It's the Mayhem Women's Champion, Sandra Piper, and you can finally see that women's title properly around her waist, unlike whatever the hell it was, whatever the hell was wrong with it when she won it the first time. But winning it in the 8-woman Battle Royal in the first ever women's matchup here in WIW since the trial era. And Sandra Piper, I called from the moment she stepped into the ring that she had a good chance of walking out victorious. And she is now your first ever Mayhem Women's Champion. But how long will this reign last? We don't know. So far, she hasn't pinned anyone. And that is what she's out here to do tonight. She's off to get her reign to a good start. She's up against a tough opponent from last night. And she is here to assert her dominance in the women's division. How will Sandra Piper be able to do that? We will have to wait and see. But for the Mayhem's Women's Champion, she's got a point to prove. She's up against the woman who got last eliminated from the match is Lulu Torres. And the reason we are eager to get this woman in the ring, she picked up 4 of the 7 possible eliminations last night at Fatality. Of course, one of the eliminations was herself, but no, not one of her 4 eliminations, but she was eliminated herself. So there was only 3 eliminations that she wasn't a part of. And she had a dominant display, which is why she's getting a chance to show her in-ring skills off here against the Mayhem Women's Champion. And for Lulu Torres, this could be a big win. Because it's important now, with all these women coming in at the same time, to show yourself off, to separate yourself from the crowd. And she gets a chance to do that right now here against the Mayhem's Women's Champion, Sandra Piper. And look at it straight away, Lulu backing her up into the corner, and that's exactly what she's going to want to do straight out the gate. Oh, look at that. Cheap shot there as the referee separates the 2 of them from the corner, and Sandra did not like that. She didn't take very kindly to that one at all, and she's going to hit her with a suplex to try and get this one rolling for her. Both of these women with good showings. Lulu Torres eliminated by Sandra Piper at the last minute to allow Sandra Piper to win the Mayhem Women's Championship. And now looking to make a dominant start by beating Lulu Torres again, which I'm sure Lulu will not be very happy about, and that's why she's eager to get in the ring and take the victory. This time looking for another suplex. Quite a tall woman there, Sandra Piper. Very skinny fighter though, has to be said. Lulu, quite a normal build, has to be said. 2 very strong women from their first outings. These 2 stood out the most, which is why the GM was eager to get them in the ring and see what they could do and allow them to showcase their talent. Just in a feeling out period here at the early stages of this match. And look at that, Lulu just taking her down. And of course, Women's Championship will be defended for the first time at the next pay-per-view, which will be the Christmas special pay-per-view. But for tonight, Lulu Torres trying to stake her claim to that Mayhem Women's Championship. Oh, look at that massive drop kick. Oh, and playing to the crowd there with a nice little arse slap. That's a way to get the crowd behind you and to see all the men stand up for that one. That was funny. Oh, look at this. Getting behind that suplex. She nearly managed to slide herself through the ropes there with that suplex. And she looks fired up here, Sandra Piper. And now look at this. Tossing her to the ropes. Oh, couldn't quite grapple her there. Lulu managing just to sidestep. Oh, but she's run right up onto the shoulders. And this is not a good place to be. Sandra Piper just crashing her down. Oh, and a big counter there by Lulu Torres. The crowd just watching these 2. It's been quite a back and forth affair so far, but Sandra Piper with just that slight edge, a massive punch, and now a massive headbutt. Oh, wait a minute, just picked it straight back up for another one, and the crowd are loving this. From the Mayhem Women's Champion, another massive headbutt. And begging her to get back to her feet. What does she have in mind? Oh, God, what a takedown. Straight into the cover. Not close enough for a rope break. And she kicks anyway. 2.5 count, and Sandra Piper couldn't get the job done. Lulu Torres with a big kick out there. Sandra frustrated, she stomped away before picking her up. And all the women in the locker room eagerly watching on these 2 women who have earned the right to be in this match by showing off their skills in that opening matchup, just as much as the other women did. But these 2 shone above the rest, and they're proving why here tonight in what's been a fantastic first women's matchup. Now bringing her back to her feet. Lulu Torres spins her around. What's she looking for here? Double underhook. Oh, look at that. Face buster. Beautiful move by Lulu Torres. She's going to go straight into the cover here on Sandra Piper, but she's only going to get a 1 count. She took a little long to go for the cover there. That probably was a 2. Lulu Torres providing a fight back now for the women's champion. And now look at this, wrenching away on the champion, who's twisting her way out if she can. And there's an elbow to separate the two. And now look at that, trading shots again, another massive headbutt. But Lulu Torres just trying to keep in control. The fans really getting behind this one now. It was a bit of a slow start, just a feeling out period to start this matchup. But things are really getting heated now. And once again, those triple threat of headbutts coming in from Sandra Piper. Oh, look at this. Went for the legs there, but Lulu Torres able to spring back to her feet. Trying to catch her off guard here with the cover, and she's only going to get a 1 count again. And Lulu Torres so far hasn't been able to beat a count of 1. Sandra Piper has been able to get a very close 2.5 count. A big counter there by Lulu Torres. And now gets her down to 1 knee for a miniature DDT. And look at this. She's laughing at her. Laughing at the women's champion. Showing disrespect. And now ready to put it away. Sandra Piper's in trouble. Strong trying to get up on the shoulders, but a big counter by Sandra Piper. And that's what happens when you get caught taunting. And now Sandra Piper going to do a bit of taunting herself. Lulu Torres in a bad place here. Scoops her up. Exploder power slam into the cover. And it's only a 2 count. Big move there. But still couldn't get the job done. And now look at Lulu. Once again fighting on. These two really showcasing their skills off tonight here. There's a backbreaker. Now dragging her away from the ropes. Wise choice there by Lulu. Straight into the cover. 2. Oh, and it's only a 2. But that's the closest she's come yet. Worrying signs now for Sandra Piper as the 2 count is finally achieved. There's a single leg takedown by Sandra Piper. The Mayhem Women's Champion really looking to showcase her skills. And there's that big slam down again. And Sandra Piper wins her first match on Mayhem. A big, big fight from Lulu Torres. But Sandra Piper shows why she won the title. Once again with another win against Lulu Torres. And Lulu put up a great fight. That was a really great women's match. And that is exactly why we were so eager to bring the women back into the ring. Such fantastic competitors. They really put on quality matches every single time they're in the ring. And this is Exploder Power Slam there. Beautiful move by Sandra Piper. Couldn't get the job done. And despite Lulu's fight back, couldn't get the win. And Sandra Piper, the Mayhem Women's Champion, with a big win. Oh my god, look at this! It looks like one woman ready to stake her claim here for the Women's Championship. The woman that I didn't know the name of, we now know to be Leah Rose. And I tell you what, Rose might be the worst way to describe her, but Sandra Piper, not going to let any woman spoil her momentum. Look at that, there's a suplex in the ring. The referee trying to separate these two, trying to beg him just to part ways, but Leah Rose came out here trying to make a statement, and she might regret that. I have a feeling that Sandra Piper is not taking kindly to that at all. Exploder suplex. And taunting her, look at this. Almost saying this entire division is too easy. And oh, look at that. And Leah Rose did not take kindly to that one at all. Went for an Exploder suplex, big counter. And rolls her up there. And gets herself out of harm's way. Now it's got her on the ropes and takes her to the outside. Gets her out of the ring. And Sandra Piper looking unstoppable straight out the gate here. Another big win for Sandra Piper, the women's champion. And I have a feeling that we've got some hungry women eager to take that title away. But Sandra Piper proving she's ready to take them all on no matter what it takes. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Next up tonight, some tag team action. Picking up from where we left off with the controversial ending at the Fatality pay-per-view. And tonight the Dragon Dynasty get another shot against the Linebacks, who are rocking their old quarterback jerseys here tonight in honor, of course, of their coach, as I've mentioned before. But the Mayhem Tag Team Champions retain the titles at Fatality, but not in the most convenient way, winning the match on count-out. They did win the match, not lose the match on count-out, though, I may add. They did what was in the rule book, and they picked up the win, so I'm sure they're not going to complain. But for Kazarian Zana and Patrick Green, who have recently just won the fans on their side, after their big victory against the Wolfpack might have just lost their respect once again. But then again, they've never been ones to care for which side the fans sway. They're embracing the fact that they have fans now, but I'm sure that that would change in an instant if the fans decide to turn. But they did not win in controversial they won in controversial means, but to be honest, when the team that they faced is as tough as they are and as powerful as they are, you can't blame them for wanting to make life just a little bit easier for them. And now it's time to bring out Lance and Rage. No Tyson Jackson here tonight. Lance and Rage representing the Dragon Dynasty here tonight. Those two chose to take on the task of going for the tag team titles. And can you blame Tyson Jackson for trusting these two to finish the job? You couldn't have asked of a better pairing. Lance, almost an unbeatable man. I'm not even sure he is human. He's been unbeatable, unstoppable, almost untouchable since being here on Monday Night Mayhem. Black Jesus proved he can be hurt, but it's proving more and more each time that he can't stay down. Meanwhile, Rage, who also knows what it means to be an unbeaten machine, he's a true monster and he hurts anyone he steps in the ring with. And no wonder Tyson Jackson was so eager to recruit him as things started to look bad for Rage. And the Dragon Dynasty now get another shot here at the Linebacks, non-title conditions, but let's get this one on the way. And look at this, straight out the gate, Kazari and Xander going head first at Lance. But now, I wonder what the tactic's going to be for the Linebacks in this one. Big knee lift. I wonder what the tactic is going to be here, because Lance is a tough enough person to beat, but Rage, of course, is a former world champion. So the question is, who do you want to keep in the ring? Right now, trying to get the better of Lance, but once again, Lance being being the unstoppable beast that he is, proving to be too much for the Linebacks here. Straight out the gate, and look at this. Now wrenching away on the neck here, but Xander slips out there. And the Linebacks going to want to do what they always do. Just quick, hot tags, big thunderous moves. And looking to wrap it up, of course, with the blitz if it comes to it. And Xander taking him to his corner where he snaps him over the neck. Might have been thinking maybe a tag to Green, but didn't think he'd hold the grip long enough. And the Linebacks, they're no softies themselves. They're a really, really tough threat and a tough challenge. And they've been nearly unbeatable, only losing to the up, up, down, down team in that big 6-man triple threat tag team match. And Lance going to tag out here after not a great start from him. In comes Rage, who surprised everyone with how he debuted. We have no idea what he did, but the lights went out in the #1 contenders match between the League of Gods and the Dragon Dynasty. And all of a sudden, Rage appeared in the ring with both men down. The referee obviously didn't see what happened. He couldn't exactly call disqualification. But it allowed the Dragon Dynasty, whatever happened, to pick up the win. And now look at this, Rage dragging Patrick Green to the middle of the ring as he's been tagged in now. Oh, look at that! A massive clubbing double axe handle and an elbow drop to follow through. And the Dragon Dynasty, they were looking unbeatable when it was just Rage, when it was just Lance and Tyson Jackson. Yet to lose, of course, in tag team action. And now, adding Rage into the mix. But then again, Rage made quite a dramatic scene. Maybe they thought they actually were going to lose that match. Damas had him all set up and ready for the greetings for Greece. Maybe they thought he was about to put him away. But right as it happened, lights went out. And all of a sudden, we come back to them both down on the floor and Rage standing angrily above them. And the Dragon Dynasty walks out #1 contenders for the tag team titles, only to lose in a very short match on countout. And look at this. Xander might have been looking for that signature DDT that he uses so often to bust people open. Gets out of the military press and gets behind. Very, very well there. And the Dragon Dynasty struggling now. And Xander now looking for it. There's the DDT. It didn't bust him open, though. Not that you'd been able to tell through the mask, I tell you. Into the cover. Xander done it. It's only a 2 count. The Linebacks, of course, 2-time Mayhem Tag Team Champions. They're a dominant team, that is for sure. And they'll do whatever it takes to pull off the victory. They've shown that in the past. Oh, look at that. Maybe was thinking about landing the blitz there. Couldn't quite do it. And now Xander. Oh, looked for a suplex. Couldn't quite land it. Oh, and just landing that blow there with the suplex. Went for a big strike. Couldn't quite connect. And now Xander gets him up on the shoulders and sends him down with the flapjack. And now trying to crawl to Lance to make the tag here. Rage not off to a great start being tagged in here. Oh, and in trouble again. They were trying to make the tag again, but Green couldn't be tagged in. Rage now to the Dragon Dynasty corner where he does get the tag in on Lance. And a big gut punch. And now Lance back in and proving why he's such an unstoppable force. And you got to question whether this guy even needs to be in the tag team division. So far, no one has even come close to beating him. Well, I say that, that's not true at all. People have come close to beating him. They just can't keep this man down. And as that suplex into a cutter. And now picking him up. Looking for a side slam, and he gets it done. Dragon Dynasty trying to get back in control, but a hot tag there. In comes Patrick Green, and a massive clothesline, trying to turn the tide back in the favour of the Linebacks. And a beautiful incoming sequence there by Patrick Green, trying to turn the tide back in their favour. Oh, tried to scoop him up there, but a big counter by Lance. You just can't keep down for long. And Lance now has Green slap bang in the middle of the ring. Power slam! And the big moves coming out here from Lance. Military press. Slams him down. Just lifting up these very heavy Linebacks like they're nothing. And there's a spine buster. And now to the corner. We know where this is going. Looking for the discus big boot. Kazarian Xander in nowhere's land to help him. Discus big boot. And straight into the cover. But Xander is back to his feet. Is he going to be able to get back into the ring in time? No, it doesn't matter. Green kicks out on his own accord. And now Rage caught Lance there on accident. Great move there by Kazarian Xander just to sidestep the Bulldog. Beautiful moves there for the Linebacks. It's usually Coach Wilson running those type of players, and they've done very well to not use it. Look at this. Green was eager to make the tag, but Xander wasn't there. He's a little preoccupied dealing with Rage. And you know what? That's not the worst idea, keeping one of them down. And now look at this. Green with an opening. Might be looking for the running haymaker, but not given the opportunity here by Lance. Oh, he took a little second to get up there. Maybe signs of slowing down from Lance here. And now looking for that suplex cutter again. Beautiful move. And he's going to tag out here. And that might have been a smart move. He has been showing signs of slowing down. But as for Rage, looking at signs to picking up the pace here. Looking to wrap it up here. Big move there to wrap it up. Rage with the Road Rage. And surely that's it. Lance is going to break up any attempt. No! A 2 count, and Xander managed to slip away. And 2 big moves. They had the discus big boot and the Road Rage. That should have kept Green down. And it did keep Green down, you got to imagine. That time, but Xander makes the save. And this beast revving up the crowd. And he got distracted by that taunting. And now in comes Xander, but look at this. Just shakes off that fist, but he couldn't shake off another clothesline. And another clothesline. Trying to fight back for his team here. He's got some work to do. Xander now, because the Dragon Dynasty with a full head of steam. But look at this, he's hesitating. And you can't afford to do that when they have been so dominant in this matchup, the Dragon Dynasty. They've had complete control for quite some time. And now Xander gonna get sloppy. But Xander looking ready to put this one away. Looking for the Samoan driver maybe. Gets him up on the shoulders. Samoan driver. But no teammate to break up the count. Drags him to the middle of the ring to avoid the rope break. I think Lance might just get there. Just in time. And it's a very close 2.5 count. And now look at this, the Linebacks disposing of Lance as they turn the tide back in their favour. Oh, but look at this Rage. Springing back to his feet there before landing a massive uppercut. Now stomping away on Xander. Lance is down on the outside. He's by himself for the moment. But that's never stopped Rage before. Look at that, a big move there. And a massive suplex. Belly to back. And look at this. Oh, he's just mowed the referee down there. He didn't quite get out of the way. And now trying to get back to his feet. The Linebacks don't back down from any task. They've beaten once. Yes, it was not by the conventional means, but they've done it before and they're planning to do it again there. There's a running bulldog. Beautiful sequence by Kazari and Xander. And now wrenching away on the arms. Green is tired. He's not eager to come back into this match, but Xander wants to make the tag. Instead, he's going to continue the assault. Oh, and he doesn't quite do it. Oh, look at this. He's got caught taunting again. Rage. I don't know where all this is coming from. He's not usually one to get caught taunting. But it's happening here. Tag made. Back in comes Patrick Green. And there's an elbow to the back. And this has been a thrilling tag team encounter. And straight into the cover here, Patrick Green. Is he going to be able to steal one? Oh! That was so close to a 3 count, and Rage almost carrying the losing streak over to the Dragon Dynasty. And into the cover of his own, looking to steal one on Kazarian, not on Patrick, sorry. And Rage now trying to fight back. Went for a big punch, but instead now Green with a punch of his own, and now trading fists. And Patrick Green coming out on top of that one. And now, just wearing down the back as well. What's he thinking? Grabs the legs. Oh, big counter by Rage. Oh, and Rage ran it in there. Might have been looking for a Superman punch. Instead, gets tossed across the ring. Look at that, begging him to get back to his feet. The Linebacks. The Mayhem Tag Team Champions. Looking confident here. Oh, and Lance caught his eye there. And look at this, Lance getting tossed into the ring. And rolls out. Wise move there by Patrick Green. Deals with the threat. And now look at this. A clean ring to do whatever he wants with Rage. Splash in the corner. And what's he thinking here? Toss to the outside. Oh, and was looking to toss him back inside. But look at Rage here. Sunset flip. Oh, and into the cover. That might have caught him off guard there. 1, 2. Oh, and he stole it. That was really close there. Nice bit of athleticism from the big man. I think they just caught him there with that elbow. He's bleeding. He is hurt here. Still can't land the blitz. They're trying to make the tag happen for the blitz. They just can't do it. Oh, and a big counter by Patrick Green there. Uranagi straight into the cover. And oh, that nearly wraps it up. Couldn't quite get the job done. Tag back in. Comes Kazari and Xander. Now lifting him up. Oh, but look at this. Rage still fights on. He may be bleeding, but he's not out of this yet. The blood, you can see bits of it just splashed onto the eyes of the mask. That might be making it harder for him to see. There's a flapjack by Kazari and Xander. Look at this. Trying to make the tag to Lance, but couldn't get up to make it. And Lance finally back to his feet. He was down for quite some time there. Maybe the Linebacks really have found an answer to the unstoppable forces that they are facing right now, but once again it's just proving impossible to keep him down. And now Xander is in trouble here. Rage looking for this. This only comes out on very special occasions. And what special occasion? The Christmas, to bring back out the jackhammer. Lance is going to stop the interruption. No, he stopped the ref's count. He ran into the referee. This match continues, but look at Rage. Rage taking out his frustrations on both members of the Linebacks here. And now begging Xander to get back to his feet. And right when I thought the Dragon Dynasty picked up the win, his own teammate, Lance, made a fatal mistake. And that might have just cost the Dragon Dynasty. But look at this, Lance maybe down, but yet Rage just taking on the Linebacks, just 2-on-1 at this point. And the referee just eagerly anticipating, waiting to push Green out of the ring when he gets back up to his feet. If he gets back up to his feet. Because look at this, Rage just refusing to let him. Oh, look at that. Finally Green with a counter. Oh, and he just runs the referee, separating them there. Wisely so. And now it's just a one-on-one situation as Lance is dealing with thingy there, with Patrick Green. And now to the outside, Xander is sent by Rage in the Dragon Dynasty side. And that's not where he wants to be. A massive suplex. What a fantastic tag team competition this has been. And we're still not sure which way this one is going to go. It's been an intense battle. And of course we've got the big main event after this in the champion versus champion match. But right now the tag team champions showing what they can do. To the corner. Tag made. And finally they can land it here. Lance isn't allowed to come in and rescue them. The Linebacks with the blitz. Down goes the masked monster. Straight into the cover, but it's too close to Lance, and he breaks it up at 2.5. And now look at this, once again, just going straight away to working down on him. He's not ready to let this one slip, and look at this. Xander and Lance here exchanging words, and the referee waving Xander out of the ring. And oh, and a military press gut buster, big drop down on the knee. And neither of these teams willing to call it quits. Neither team giving in here. And Tyson Jackson, to be honest, I reckon right now he's probably grateful that Rage was willing to deal with Green and Xander. Big tackle, big takedown by Green there with the reversal. And now it's grabbed him by the neck, but needs to capitalize because Rage really got going for a moment there, but now the blitz turns the tide once more, but now they're in serious jeopardy of another one. Look at this. Looking for it again. The referee had to stop Lance once again from coming into the ring. Rage is in trouble as they land a second blitz. And at this point, is Lance going to be able to rescue him for much longer? Yes, he is. Green couldn't get there in time to make the save. And this match continues. And this is a typical Linebacks match. It doesn't end until both partners are down and incapacitated. And they destroyed everyone in their way. But look at this. The monsters that are Lance and Rage just do not go down. And they will not stay down. But look at this. Looking for the ending himself. Looking for Road Rage. One more time. And he gets hit by it. Road Rage. Moves him away from the ropes, closer to his corner. Now, is Lance going to be able this time to break up the count without hitting the referee? He does. He stopped it. And the Dragon Dynasty win. The #1 contenders knock off the champion. What a win that was for them. They needed that victory after the loss at the pay-per-view. But Lance and Rage just refused to stay down. And a second Road Rage is what did the job. This time Lance prevented the breakout. And they pick up the win here, the Dragon Dynasty. That's what they needed here. And I have a feeling that they're ready to take another stab at the Mayhem Tag Team Championships come the Christmas special pay-per-view. I have no idea whether they will be able to take the titles from them. But they're very, very eager to do just that if they can. A very impressive win from this team. But what a great match that was. And we still have tonight's main event to go. So let's move on down the rest of the card. Tonight's main event is a big one. And to be honest, we saw it coming after the events of Fatality, where we had a new WIW champion crowned and the European Championship retained. Jace made it abundantly clear he wanted to gun for this WIW World Championship and become the first ever dual champion. And the general manager wants to see how that's going to work in practice here. Tonight, Aaron Albright, the WIW champion, in his first night back as champion, is going to take on the European champion Jace. Now, these two have clashed before, if I'm not mistaken, and it was led to one hell of a contest, and I'm expecting the exact same thing here tonight. Aaron Albright, the first ever two-time WIW champion, the first ever two-time world champion, of course, in the whole series. He really has turned the tide this year, and after beating Jaden at the pay-per-view, he's expecting at the next one to be facing Jaden one more time. So I'm not quite sure where that leaves Jace in regards to the world title picture. I'm sure the GM is going to expect Jace to have to defend his title with the pay-per-view as well. But for the world champion, he's only going to care about picking up victories. Last time he was champion, he was almost unbeatable until the actual title fight came, which so far in the WIW Championship history, no one has actually successfully defended the WIW Championship. Is that going to be a repeated theme? I don't know. But the European champion Jace has done the exact opposite. The only title holder in all of WIW to have the title since the start of the series, since the first championship matches were all crowned way back at Resurrection, which feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it? That feels like so long ago. And of course, no longer with the title of King. That was taken away due to copyright issues between him and Sam, and to avoid court orders and a long, elongated trial, which is just going to take forever, he switches to his much cooler nickname, if you ask me, the Portuguese Phoenix. But the European champion, here tonight, the longest reigning champion in WIW's history to date. And after his massive match of the night performance against El Estrella Chico as he defended the World European Championship at the pay-per-view, the King of Europe, the Portuguese Phoenix, goes one-on-one with the world champion. And this is scheduled to be a great one. We've already had some great matches here tonight, and I doubt that this one's going to be any different. Let's get this one on the way. And look at this Jace straight out the gate here. Double underhook. Oh, and a gut buster. Beautiful there to start off. Not wasting any time here. Bringing out the big guns. Bringing out the big moves. And the referee's going to need a watchful eye on this one. Jace definitely has exerted a new attitude since becoming the WIW European Champion. And he carries that attitude with him to the ring. And it leads to devastating results for his opponents. The latest victim of that was, of course, El Estrella Chico, who put on the fight of his life, only to draw a 2 count and fall at the last hurdle to the GTS and Pumpkin combination, which is becoming more and more lethal as time is going on. That does have to be said, because beginning of the series, Jace couldn't put anyone away with that move. And look at this. Big elbows there, right to the head of the champion, who takes him for a second, but only gets taken down by a clothesline straight after. And rolling out of harm's way for a minute here. A wise move there, just giving himself a second to breathe there, the world champion. Jaden always claimed to be the smartest person in WIW, but he wasn't smart enough to come up with an answer for Aaron Albright and the super kick. Albright, since returning from the trial era, has been near enough unstoppable at times. He's taken out the likes of Rage, of Jaden. He's beaten Jace on occasion. I'm not sure, obviously not in one-on-one. I can't remember the last time these two were in the ring one-on-one. And they're not going to be, of course. Jaden has to make an appearance, and Albright hasn't even noticed yet. And look at this all! He interrupts it though. He's not letting him break this match up. And this match will end in disqualification if Jaden does land a blow, but Albright has no interest in letting that happen. Oh, there's a knee to the gut. And they stare each other down as this match comes to an end. But look at Albright. Albright wins, but I don't know what to think about this. This situation is escalating out of control between these two. But look at Jace there. He's eager and hungry for the world title. What's going to happen between the circle between these three men? I do not know, but as the referee separates all these men, it's time to wrap this one up tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Comment your thoughts and feelings on tonight's show, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.